Hello everyone and welcome to Camping with Lenny. In this episode, have you ever had a bad experience while camping? This episode is brought to you by me, Camping with Lenny. Help me create great content by supporting this podcast by buying me a cup of coffee at buymeacoffee.com/campinglenny. Thanks for your support. Have you ever had a bad experience while camping? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what are my bad experience. So hopefully this will give you the opportunity not to make the same mistake that I did. Okay. So hopefully this is not going to be a long list. I didn't bother writing it down because, to be honest with you, some of the stuff that happened to me was pretty embarrassing, especially as a camper. So let's rewind when I started. The second time I actually started camping, because I camped with friends for the first time, so they gave me a list of what I need to bring with me. But the second time I went camping, to be honest with you, I did forget where I put that list, and I was too embarrassed to ask for another list. So I tried to do everything by memory. So my second time I went camping, it was actually in the middle of the summer, so it wasn't as bad weather-wise, but I was coming from work, and it was in the middle of August, I believe. Yeah, it was August. I was coming from work, and it was a camping trip that they told me way in advance, but I was being me, and I decided to pack last minute. You kind of understand where this is coming from now. So I came from work. I went straight from work to the campsite. And let's just say that I got everything else except shorts. I had jeans with me. And it was hot August. It was, I remember it was hovering around 30 degrees C and 30 degrees Celsius, guys. So it was hot. So for 3 days, 2 nights, I was wearing pants all 3 days, and it was hot. We were in a park that it is it's a drive to get shorts. So I didn't even bring any swimsuit as well too. So swim shorts. So I was literally just wearing pants the whole time. I had to like roll my pants up to as high as possible and hope for the best. And it was hot. And since then, my lessons learned is I always pack a shorts. Doesn't matter where I go. Doesn't matter what climate it is. I always have shorts with me, or a swim shorts. So at least I prepare. But that was my first time for a long time that I realized that I need to start making a list or start packing early in advance to make sure that I have shorts with me. So that was my first thing that was a bad experience enough because it was hot and I don't have shorts. So that's one. The second one, bad experience while camping is I forgot chairs. I forgot my chair and I forgot a blanket, a sleeping bag. It was a wonderful temperature. It was a fall. It was like early fall, late summer, early fall, camping trip. And I forgot to pack camping chair for myself, and a sleeping bag. I was like, whatever, I can survive. There's picnic tables there. I can sit in the picnic table. It's not a big deal. So chairs, sorted out. Sleeping bag. Here's the thing. If you're camping in Ontario around September, mid-September-ish, it can get cold overnight. Let's just say that during the day it was a balmy 25, 28 degrees C, and during night it did drop to single digits, and I was not prepared, and I didn't bring a jacket with me or a sweater, so I was literally piling clothes on top of me just to keep warm. And yeah, that was a very, very bad experience regarding weather. Like the first two bad stuff happened to me is weather-wise, so that's kind of embarrassing. Yeah, I was not prepared. It was literally my first year camping with friends, and it was just I just didn't realize that there was a temperature change significantly, especially if you're outdoors. And that was one of the biggest lessons learned that I have. That I have to make sure that that the clothes that I bring, the accessories that I bring with me, especially chairs, sleeping bags, or anything like that, has to be it has to be ready. In other words, I have to be ready for the massive temperature swings. If I'm prepared for that one, I am good to go. But yeah, no, that was one of the biggest things that that I had to learn is to predict weather patterns. It's kind of funny though, because I used to ride motorcycles, and the biggest thing that everyone tells me that as soon as I start riding motorcycles, that I'll be very, very obsessed with weather, because you need to prepare yourself for different weather conditions. Doesn't matter if it's summer or fall or spring. So I totally forgot that mentality when I started camping, and it was embarrassing. It was cold nights. I can tell right now it's cold nights. So when I wake up in the morning, I was freezing. I was the first one to wake up, start the fire, and just warm up as fast as I can. So that was the biggest thing. The third one that it was a bad experience on my end was I forgot to bring water with me. I forgot to bring potable water. For cooking, from drinking water and all that good stuff. I just forgot to bring it with me. I got everything else. I got the essential, like beers, pops, because it was a group camping trip. So each person brings their own, bring a certain items that we share with other campers. So I always get in charge with chips and anything that's liquid based, like pop, water, beer. The most important things, the beer. So that was my main goal and my main task. And when I was buying all the stuff I needed, chips, the beer, the pop, any special requests from other campers, I piled everything in the car. I got 2 coolers full of ice. I got everything in there, and when I got to site, I got to site. I was the last one, of course, and that's another story to tell you guys later. But I got in later on than the rest of the guys, and I started unloading stuff. Where I asked him, "Hey, what do you guys want a beer?" Blah 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 blah. And one of the person asked me, "Hey, do you have some water? Because I'm thirsty." I'm like, "Sure." I opened the trunk. I opened the cooler. I'm like, "Oh crap. I forgot the water." And everyone, it's like one of those things in the movies. Everyone just stopped, looked at me, and they're like, "What did you forget?" I forgot the water. So let's just say that I have to drive off the park. I was gone for about an hour, buying as much water I can find and shove it in my car and drive back. At this time, it was already dark, and I had to set up my tent at night with my headlamp. My buddies are so pissed off that I forgot something, and they just like, you know what, you forgot it. You're setting up your own tent. You're on your own. But by the way, we'll give you 1 light just in case you have 2 lights now. So it's like a punishment thing. So, that was pretty embarrassing, and I gotta put that in there as the it's embarrassing. It's incredibly embarrassing, but I'm just glad that the nearest grocery shop is about 20 minutes away outside the park, so it's not as big deal. But at the same time, it's pretty embarrassing. It was pretty embarrassing that I forgot the most important thing in camping: water. Okay, so fourth thing that. Bad experience wise, rain. So we drove about 2 hours north of Toronto to go camping in a beautiful park called Kilbear Provincial Park. It's a beautiful park, one of my favorite parks to go camping in. And when we got there, we knew going in there it's going to be raining. We knew it's going to rain the first day, first night. We know it's going to rain, whatever. It is going to rain, but we were there for 4 nights, 4 nights. Yeah, 3 nights, 4 nights. Sorry, 3 nights, 4 days. So we know going in there, it is going to be raining for the first day when we get there, and the first night. So it's not a big deal. So we knew going into it, it's going to rain. We also knew that the check-ins after 2, and we know there's going to be a break in the rain between 2 and 3. So everyone timed themselves to be there between 2 and 3, because after around 3 o'clock, it's supposed to rain again for another couple more hours. Then whoever's last has to wait until 5 o'clock, 5 to 6 o'clock to set up their tent. So everyone was very, very punctual getting there and setting up properly on time. So we got there. I got a call. My wife got a call from one of our friends saying that they're gonna be late, so we'll be there after 5. So I was like, fine, whatever. And we got there. One of our buddies actually showed up on time, and they started eating. It was hilarious. They started eating their lunch, because it was just like, it's a beautiful day. They haven't eaten yet. It's fair enough, right? But in the middle of their lunch, it like the skies open, just pour down rain, like hard rain. So when we got to the site, they're stuck in their car. Their food is wet. The whole ground is wet. And we're just glad nothing was puddling. So we pulled into the site. They look at us the window. They call us like, yeah, we were having lunch. So they got just poured in, and they had to like grab their food and bring it into the car. It was just a big mess. But anywho, so we waited there, and around 2 o'clock, it was still raining. Right, it was like pouring rain. So the wifey and I look at each other. Okay, we got to make a game plan here to set this up. And our goal is to put the tent in, and the footprint in, the tent in, and grab a snack or whatever we can grab. Just put everything in the tent. So that's our main goal, right? So past 2 o'clock, or 15 minutes after 2, it was like still pouring rain. Next to you, it just stopped. It just like opened, the sky opened up, sun was out. We're like, okay, let's go start setting up. So the wife and I grabbed the tent out of the car, put the footprint in, put the tent in. As soon as we get the fly in, it just poured again. And we were stuck inside the tent for about an hour. Just pouring rain, and it come to the point that it was just getting dark. We were both getting hungry. We don't have any sleeping bags or anything, or even our air mattress inside the tent itself. It was just pouring, and stupid thing is, we both forgot our phone in our car. So there's no way we can contact our buddies while they're setting up. So we were literally yelling back and forth through our tents to find out what's actually going on, and the rain's finally slowing down a bit. So we got out of the tent. At that point, we haven't pegged the tent yet. We haven't really pegged the tent yet, because the tent that I have is the RAI Kingdom 6. So it's a big tent, right? So you have to peg it after you set it up. You can't just peg it then set it up, because the supporting and all that stuff is kind of weird. But so the first thing I told the wife is, go grab whatever we need to grab from the car, to just in case it pours again. I'll go peg the tent just in case it blows away while we're in there, and we don't want that. So we had a game plan. So we got a tent, we pegged it. She brought in she brought in our bags. She was about to grab the air mattress. It poured again, so she literally just grabbed a bag of chips, brought it into the camp, the inside the tent. We were like, well, at least we have our clothes and our chips, so we won't get hungry. So the rain started again, and half an hour later, it finally stopped, and the sun comes out. So okay, let's go finish setting up the tent, and we bought tarps, so it's easier for us to start putting the tarp up, so just in case it rained again, so at least we have a covered area. The only thing saving grace that we had is the campsite itself is slightly on a slope, so there's no water, there's no water collecting in the ground. So we were very, very lucky in that case. But yeah, no, we timed it according to the weather report. We were setting up in the middle of the rain, between rains, and just being soaked, and it was one of those things that I've camped in the rain before, so it's not a big deal. But this is the first time I camped that I have to set up my tent between showers, and it was muddy, it was miserable, all that good stuff. But the next day it was sunny. While we were there, it was just beautiful sunny day. It was just nice and breezy. The ground dried up really fast. Our other buddy shows up. They were like, "Okay, we're here," and we just, well, all four of us just looked at them and like, you guys are jerks, man." We're just so miserable and frustrated and like soaked, and it was a bad, miserable afternoon. And they came in and just set up their tents with a big smile on their face. They were like, "Yeah, no, we got rain an hour ago. It was like, by the time we got it was dry." I'm like, "Yeah, we caught that rain, so I was not happy. It was just not fun the first couple of days." So that's a bad experience there. The fourth one, experience that I had, bad experience that I had was it actually happens every time I go camping for the first time for the season. I know that I will forget something. I know that that something's gonna be amiss, something that I forgot to bring with me, or anything like that, or not pack something properly, for example. And the biggest thing that I always tell myself when I go camping for the first time in the season is I have to take a day off before I pack, for packing. It happened last year when I started this channel. I went straight to I camped somewhere close to just in case I forget something. So in this case, just before the pandemic, it was like the first camping season, first camp of the season before the pandemic. The wife and I were packing our cars and all that good stuff, and we left. Right, we left to go up to camping and all that good stuff. So the biggest thing that we literally forgot to do, literally the first thing we forgot to do, was to buy food. We bought enough food, but we just forgot it. We forgot the main essential food, like snackage, right? All the essential food that we need to eat, we have, but we didn't bring snacks. We have our breakfast, lunch, dinner for all throughout the whole camping trip. We just didn't bring snacks, and I know it sounds, pardon me, it sounds kind of weird that I don't have snacks, and I'm complaining about not having snacks. But if you're driving up to go camping, and doesn't matter how long your drive is, or when you get there, what time, you get hungry, because during the summer, and when you keep moving your body, you do burn calories, and you do need to get those calories back. So you need snackage, right? Snacks, and of course, we were the first one on site, so we didn't have any snackage. We just didn't have any, and we had to wait for our friends to come up to actually literally bum snacks and call someone, "Hey, can you stop by in the shop and get more snacks because we forgot our snacks?" So it's not really the worst thing happens. More like a first world problem issues. But that's when I learned that always bring some type of food with you that you can eat pretty easily, because if you are camping in the middle of summer, even in winter camping, you're constantly eating, you're constantly burning calories, so you need to eat all the time. Especially if it's a hot day, drink water, eat something. Don't eat anything heavy, don't eat anything too sweet. Eat something that's like neutral enough for you to burn the calories. Whatever you burn, put it back into your body, because it's easier for you to maintain, in other words, maintain, but you will not get hungry. You will not eat something big during dinner time or lunchtime. It just keeps your metabolism up and running. And you feel a lot better. And at that time, we knew when we got there we forgot something. We knew that we're gonna get hungry, so we ended up eating one of our instant noodle meals, just to keep us in check until our friends showed up with their snacks, and we ate their snacks. And we knew that was the case, and yeah, we were lucky that we have people coming up behind us to provide those extra meals that we need. So my lessons learned are these: prep your equipment properly. Make a list exactly what you're planning to bring with you. I have a list. If you go to campingwithlenny.com/equipment, there's a download link for all the equipment and what you need for your camping trip. It's in the description as well too. There's a link for all the equipment I bring with me, because it is nice to have a checklist that you can use to prep yourself before camping, because you don't want to be like me, going into a camping scenario that you forgot something and you're just miserable trying to get everything sorted out. Forgot something, forgot this, forgot that. You're just gonna be miserable, right? So if you have a checklist, make a checklist. But you go to camping, check out the description. There's a equipment list there link, but there's a download link there too that you can get a PDF copy of my checklist that I use to make sure that I have everything that I need when I go camping. So hopefully that helps you figure out what not to do. Thank you again. I'll see you guys next time here at Camping with Lenny. Thanks for listening. If you like what you're hearing, consider supporting this podcast by buying me a cup of coffee. Link in the description. You can also visit campingwithlenny.com. There you can find other episodes and links that can help you on your next camping adventures. Thanks again.